It'll be Los Angeles off the tip. So here's Miami's starting group. Chalmers and D. Wade are the guards. Dang and McRoberts holding down the forward spots. And it's Bosch in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Bryant dishes to Boozer. That's good, and it's Kobe with the assist. Boozer's got the first points up on the board tonight here for the Lakers. Los Angeles on D. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
Yeah, I thought their defense in that game was about as shaky as it could be. At home, that kind of defense isn't going to cut it. Never mind if you're on the road.
They really look tired to me, and I don't know if they had travel issues or if they were out too late, but something was amiss because they had no energy.
Kobe Bryant with a 2-year extension worth almost $50 million, Steve, highest paid in the NBA.
A lot of people, Kevin, thought he should have taken a pay cut. I don't agree with that. I mean, he's earned every penny he's made and then some. The big thing now is, can you build around him, particularly at the stage in his career where his best years are behind him. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out for the Lakers.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Kevin, thank you. I caught up with Eric Spoelstra. He said a big key for them will be containing Carlos Boozer offensively, adding, he's a player who can spread the floor with his jump shot or take you down the block, and it's tough to match his strength inside. Defensively, they'll look to keep length in front of him and limit his offensive rebounding. Sounds like a good game plan, guys. We'll see how they do it.
Thanks again, Doris.
Well, they just gave him 2 points. Defensively, you're going to have to tighten things up here. That's not a good sign.
And it's Wade penetrating. Johnson with the block. Kobe the pass to Lynn. And Bryant the bucket on the assist by Lynn. 6 points for Kobe Bryant.
What a smooth finish.
Well, he's certainly the one they want on the end of those breaks. He always finishes strong.
Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter.
Well, both of these teams certainly in the conversation when you talk about NBA dynasties. Some epic finals performances to show for it. Always a pleasure to watch these two teams face off.
For Los Angeles, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. Boozer with a screen for Kobe. Pulls up, high post, and there's another one for the Lakers. And stylistically, the Spurs and the Heat at different ends of the spectrum, certainly, Steve. The Spurs averse to the glitter and the glamour.
Yeah, whereas in Miami, you got the pyrotechnics, the fog machines. It's star power all the way. And I think in a way, the NBA kind of needs both approaches. They both have their place.
56 seconds left here in the opening quarter. He feeds it to Johnson. Shoots the 3, and that one's good. Johnson's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Kobe against Wade. And he jams it with authority. I like that they're taking it inside and taking advantage of each opportunity, Clark, to chip away at the deficit.
Yeah, and doing it with the dunk is a major energizer, too. Gets the momentum going.
Yeah, and I think the interior defense, as good a job offensively as we saw. The defensive presence was almost non-existent. They may see this lead disappear if they continue to give up those easy points.
And Chalmers kicks to Wade. And he gets it to go. Wade's got his second basket of the game.
I don't know who was supposed to be on him there, but clearly a mistake by the defense.
And here's Kobe. 17 points for him last game against Dallas.
What was great, too, Kevin, was the way he balanced getting his own shots and making plays for others.
No good trying to beat the buzzer. There's the buzzer, and not much scoring at all through the first quarter of play. Lakers ahead, up 6. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break.
This Saturday, November 29th, Roy Hibbert and the Indiana Pacers take on LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's the real deal.
right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, Clark and Steve, what have they been doing or not doing?
Yeah, this team played an excellent first quarter offensively, moving the ball and getting a good flow to their offense. That's why you see those big assist totals.
Yeah, very timely passing for them, Steve, and that's fun to watch.
The Heat trail by 6.
A lot of problems for the Lakers last season, and it's one thing to stink on the road, but when you stink at home in Los Angeles, you bet people react.
On the court for the Heat, Napier is out there with Norris Cole. Then there's Haslam. Then there's Danny Granger. And it's Anderson in at the center. Lynn kicks to Boozer. Young outside. Rejected by Anderson. They retain possession. Lynn dishes to Bryant. Tries again. No good off the front iron.
They really depend on him to convert those chances. A lot of times, even with solid D draped on him, they expect him to make it.
Shot from 12. Hill pulls it in. And what a strange sight it was to see the Lakers lose at home as much as they did last year, Clark. Their home record at Staples, 14-27.
Yeah, that is a rarity, without question. One of the elite sports franchises in the history of sports in America. But they didn't have the talent to compete, and not having Kobe Bryant, their best player and future Hall of Famer, obviously left a lot to be desired with that group. They fought hard, but they just didn't have enough to compete on a regular basis.
Miami with the ball after Jeremy Lin's three-pointer that didn't go. And that one's good. Cole's got his first basket of the night.
Well, I don't think you're going to miss too many like those.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. It's Young on the wing. Granger covering. Right side, Bryant. And a wide open look for Lynn. And again, no good by the Lakers. The Miami Heat comes into this one following a loss to the Hornets.
Well, Danny Granger in his prime, a 25-point-per-game scorer and an all-star, but knee troubles have conspired to hold him back over the last couple of seasons. Still an effective role player, but just not the star that he once was.
Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Davis is checked in for Hill. Randall comes in for Carlos Boozer. Johnson, he's checked in for Bryant. And Nash is subbed in for Jeremy Lin. Luol Deng is checked in for Miami. Wade comes in for Napier. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Steve Nash. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
If you recall, back in 2005, Danny Granger slipped to 17th on draft night because of concerns about his knee. He made it 7 seasons before that became a hindrance. Now he's trying to overcome it in the latter stages of his career.
Nash with the bucket.
You know, something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound totals are almost identical.
No separation there, not yet anyway.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Wade. And Granger at one time the franchise player for the Pacers, but with their cap situation, Steve, the writing was on the wall.
Well, a new team and a new situation. You know, when healthy, Danny Granger is still an impact player. Really, at this stage of his career, though, he's best served in a reserve role.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Young left side, baseline Jay on the way, and he drops that one in.
You know, he's got a quick trigger from that range when he senses that the defense has backed off.
Here's Wade. With 1 on the clock, and that's going to do it. Some good defense down the stretch to end the quarter. And we're through 2 here and a good one. Lakers lead by 3. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Kevin, I've got Coach Eric Spoelstra here with me. And, Coach, what are the things you're seeing so far in this game that you'd like to change going forward?
It starts with getting some stops. We've got to play off some misses, and we can't let them force us into 1 or 0 pass possessions. We've got to move the ball when we're in the half court, help each other with that, but we'd like to get some more in the open.
Eric, thank you so much. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be back after halftime for the